Hello, hello, my beautiful air signs. Hello, Aquarius. Hello, Gemini. And hello, Libra. Thank you for joining us here for your September love update. And let's see what's going on. September of 2024. So we're at the opening window now of eclipses. So it's a very important month, as is October. Let's see what is going on. Remember, these are elemental readings, so we're reading the energies for the air signs. If you're after your individual sun, moon, rising, your Venus placement, etc., those are on Patreon, and it's our Patreons that are holding up this channel so that we could bring you free YouTube readings. But if you're after your individual sign without any ads, then do consider joining us on Patreon. And thank you, a special thanks to our patrons. Let's see what's going on for air signs: Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And it's the Virgo season. We are coming up to the Libra season, and it's the equinox. There's a new season coming on. And remember, Venus, the goddess of love, peace, pleasures, and justice, is transiting through Libra at this time, but she's on the south node of the moon, so therefore she's not the same old Venus that would deliver equality and equal reciprocity where love is concerned. We're dealing with past situations that we need to get uncomfortable with. And Venus is in preparation very soon to enter Scorpio. So we're going into the underworld where love is concerned. It's like a metamorphosis. It's like a testing time when it's as though all relationships, not only love, all relationships are going through those testing times to see if we can make it, right? If something can be revived or survive, or new love, letting go of old, outworn, unequal and unjust relationships. So let's see what's going on for the air signs, dear spirit, the Karma Dharma. And we are using the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. We're using the Lover's Path Tarot by Chris Walder, the Mystic Moon Oracles by Mystic Moon, the Lavera Sibila, the Lavera Sibila for some clarity, and the Lenormand, the Gilded Reverie, the extended version by, of course, Ciro Marchetti, and the Twin Flame Love Messages by Mystic Moon, as well as the Romance Angel. So stay till the end. We'll get some thoughts, some words, some messages from your person. Let's see what's going on for air signs. So you're embracing a big ending. This is an accomplishment. You could be embracing an accomplishment. You could be embracing a big end to a karmic, bigger cycle in your relationship, in the relationship with a person that you are probably hoping to have some clarity on. So we're doing a 5-card spread, and we'll take some more messages and see what's going on. This does signify the energy of Saturn, and Saturn is on the lunar eclipse, the full moon, happening on the 17th, 18th in Pisces, and on the axis Pisces, Virgo, as you know, all the planets now in the Virgo season going through Virgo, which is an earth sign, is putting the air signs in a bit of a, what can I say? You're not being helped, let's say, by this lunar eclipse, by this full moon, but it will get you to get uncomfortable and take action towards what it is you're hoping to accomplish. All planets moving through Virgo are in opposition to Pisces, but a full moon and an amplified, which is an eclipse, will be showing us things. We're already in the window of eclipses, but coming all the more closer to the eclipses, big fated events will be playing out. And of course, it's a full moon, and full moons can be more emotional. They could be more internal. And we are looking forward to a solar eclipse in the sign of Libra. So dear Libra, there's an amplified new moon solar eclipse that is happening on the 2nd of October. So it's just around the corner. Let's see what's coming through for the air signs. In the now, we've got a King of Coins, Zeus. The card is called Zeus. So this is Jupiter, and we know Jupiter is in the sign of Gemini. Dear Gemini, I know it hasn't been easy. I know Jupiter has not given you the rewards and the expansion and growth and luck that you've been expecting. It's been tough, and that is because of Saturn from Pisces squaring with Jupiter from your sign. So the pressure is on. I do speak to a lot of people, and I know what's going on. At some point, you will receive the rewards. You need to be patient, as we'll be looking over, right, this Jupiter transit through Gemini, which is in very good aspect to the other air signs, to Aquarius and to Libra. He will reward you at some point. And you know, the King of Coins, who is someone that's stable. This could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or someone that is just very stable, someone that holds a lot of earth maybe in their chart, someone who is a father, someone who holds responsibility, someone that's quite experienced in the love arena. Could be a business owner, could be someone that's taking forever to come around. Earth is very slow, but they are very dependable. So King of Coins is here. Remember, he is the father, he's the minor arcana of the Emperor. Let's see what's going on from the past. What's going on for the air signs from the past? This could be another aspect of you. Let's not rule that out. So you're looking for stability. You've gone through a lot of maturity. You've got the knowledge. You've got the know-how. You know what you want. For me, this would be someone that's could be very frustrating to you, because air is very fast and earth is very slow. Let's see from the deep past where you're coming from. We've got the Queen of Cups. Isolde. I'm mentioning the cards and their names because you may want to look up the mythology, the story, the history of these figures. So Isolde is the Queen of Cups, very intuitive, very open-hearted, very emotional, emotionally available and sacrificing. Right, we've got earth and water, which is very recessive, which is more about waiting on others, right? Queen of Cups, as I said, intuitive. Sometimes she could be a mother. She's someone that's sacrificed a lot, that's given a lot. She could also be many times, because she's the minor arcana of the High Priestess. This could be a spiritual connection, but it could also be the Queen of Cups because she is the minor arcana, let's say, and very similar to the High Priestess. She could be the other woman. So let's see what's going on. Recent past for the air signs. We've got number 9, which is the Hermit. Virgo comes through for the air signs. Abelard Eloise. I don't even know how to pronounce the name, but he looks like an artist. It could be a musician. We see the violin, someone who's a peacemaker. Look, the card is called Contemplation, and where this could be talking about the Virgo season, obviously, with the Hermit, but the Hermit is also, I've gone within. I'm not communicating. I'm looking at my inner light. I'm seeking guidance and wisdom. That could be sound advice by a professional. Could be. The Hermit could be a doctor. Could be also someone that's going through their spiritual awakening at this time. It could be a doctor, a professional, so a legal representative. It could be a detective for some of you. Someone who's looking for information. Could it be that you could be looking at someone's social media, looking for the details? Now, that doesn't usually come through with the Hermit. But we know Virgo is very much about the details, and Mercury has been retrograde, right, through the sign of its exaltation and rulership, Virgo, plus also Leo. Mercury now, when this reading is done, around the 10th, 11th of September, is almost out of his shadow. So we're still dealing at the beginning, or even around the 10th, 11th, 12th, with old situations. We're getting the revelations as to why Mercury, which is the communicator, which is the bringer of news, which is anything to do with travel, movement, and perception, logic, right? He's just about to come out into new degrees and therefore give us a lot of logic and a lot of ability to see the fine print, right? Someone may be looking over past messages for details. We can say that as well. And what's crowning you is temptation, and this is the devil. Paolo and Francesca. I'm not familiar with all the mythology, so you may want to Google this, but the devil is crowning your reading, and the devil does speak to addictions. It could speak to third-party, secret love affairs, right? And what's interesting is that this eclipse at Pisces, and I would say mostly for the Aquarius people out there, you could have planets in Pisces, so this will be very important and relative to you. You could have personal planets in Pisces, so this eclipse should be very important. This eclipse is going to be on Neptune, and Neptune is the illusion. Neptune is transiting Pisces, his home sign. And Neptune is like escapism. You know, the temptation card could also speak to a vicious cycle that you've been in, not wanting to see clearly, let's say, and feeling addicted, because Neptune can speak to addictions as well. Something that's not healthy, you will be shown. Something about an illusion, being disillusioned, wearing those rose-colored glasses, not seeing clearly. Now, I know that air signs want to get to the bottom of things. They want clarity. They seek truth. They speak truth. Unless, let's say, you're an air sign and you've got those aspects where truth is not that easy for you, depending on your birth chart. Not all air signs are the same, right? Not all Aquarius, not all Gemini, not all Libra people are the same. A lot goes into what we're made up in our personal birth charts. But there's temptation here on your mind, what you're thinking about. And this could be what this King of Coins is thinking about, that he's tempted to step out of, possibly, or maybe has stepped out of, possibly a marriage. We could be talking about infidelity here, because Zeus was, he was a player, okay? Yes, Gaia. What's all that noise? What's going on? What is it? It's as though she's chasing something, like she's seeing something. It's not a rat. So the devil, Capricorn. Some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn. Of course, again, if you're an Aquarius, because this is Capricorn and it's Saturnian, we've got another Saturnian card here. These are the 4 fixed signs, right? So Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus that play into this energy. So there's temptation, there's vicious cycles, there's fear, there's someone could be addicted to sex, let's say, there could be skeletons in the closet or fears, but also a strong temptation. Remember that the devil speaks to a sexual connection, and it could be a secretive connection relative to infidelity here. Let's see what the outcome shows us here energetically. We've got the 9 of Wands. And Nine of Wands is not an easy card. It's heavy energy. It's like the wall is, you know, someone's put up a wall. They're not communicating. They've been through a lot. We see those deep roots. There are deep roots here. Something is very, something has been very heavy and very, very hard to get through. But remember, the Nine of Wands is I'm still standing. You're coming to the end of a burden. Nines always speak to the end. We've got a couple of nines here. So maybe the month of September is going to be a very important month. We've got the Nine of Cups, another 9. So this is very promising, the Nine of Cups. But Nine of Cups can also speak to addictions as well, right? A sense of escapism. This lunar eclipse will show us things that were hidden. Remember, it's a full moon and it can be very emotionally difficult and bring stress about what's been hidden and what will be shown. But let's see. We've got the Seven of Swords. So there has been stealth. There has been secrecy, right? Seven of Swords is like a foxy energy. It's like things are not as they seem. There have been secrets that have been withheld. We've got Two of Swords. Two of Swords is like a dilemma, of course. And Two of Swords means choices as well. Let's take more cards and get a bit more information about what's going on. Let's take the Lenormand and see what's going on for the air signs. Wow, okay. Okay, that was quick. So we've got the Clover. There was an opportunity for someone to do something that they were not on the up and up about. We've got the Masks here, right? Maybe also, maybe something looked like a really great opportunity. Someone possibly followed their heart, because we've got the Sun on this side of the mask. So that was something that made someone very happy. There was flirtation, there was fun, there was a risk taken. But then the Moon, which is our emotions, which is what's secretive, which is possibly also our intuition, is leading on to the Bridges. And the Bridges, we've got 2 bridges. So again, a dilemma. Again, choices. Duality. I get a lot of duality here. And of course, the air signs are all about duality, right? If you look at the little symbol of your sign, and Libra and Gemini and Aquarius, they're dualistic. So sometimes because of you're an air sign, you use your mind a lot. So there's a lot of back and forth. What do I do? I feel here that someone's gotten themselves into, and I get some regrets, I get some hurt feelings, I get some even remorse. I shouldn't have done that. Someone's gotten themselves into a little bit of trouble here and possibly looking for a way out. I don't know if that is you or the person that you're dealing with. We've got the Dog. So I get that someone was disloyal here. Someone took a chance, did what they felt was what they felt good at the time. And I get that there is a lot of remorse and negative feelings, such as I shouldn't have done that, right? But we've got the Bouquet here, and the Bouquet is a wonderful card. It does speak to Jupiterian energies. And we've got the Moon. You know, the Bouquet can also be an apology. It can also be an apology. And that someone has decided the choice that is made is to follow through, and maybe also to overcome any testing times that maybe put a lot of pressure on your relationship. You know, the bouquet sometimes can speak to forgiveness. Let's see what's at the bottom. And I'm going to say also, because the moon does speak to secrecy, and it does speak to the psyche and the fears, and you know, the your dreams and your personal life. It can speak to home life as well. So because Mars now is Mars, which is our desires, the energy we put forth, Mars is very sexual, he's very quick, he's very active. He's now moved into the sign of Cancer. So I do feel that maybe this is not only a September thing, but Mars is going to be in Cancer, which is our personal life, our home life. Mars could be cutting as well. But Mars is also frustrated there, and it's as though he's going to go back, right? He's not able to move forward. It's as though there's a fork in the road that you need to overcome, to embrace an ending of a difficult cycle, a closing up of a difficult cycle, which may even take up to next spring if you're in the northern hemisphere. And that's because we're looking at the moon here, which is the natural, the moon it naturally rules the house of Cancer, which is the fourth house. So the roots stem towards the past, deeply towards the past. And we see that here. We see the wands are still standing. They're very, very strong and holding up those wands. But it's a fine point between, you know, I can't do this anymore, right? And I need to hold up a situation. I've been through a lot, but I'm going to get through this. We're going to get through this. And I get, for some of you that are in a long-lasting relationship, possibly also marriage, you may have been seeing a marriage counselor if things have come to light relative to someone's temptations, whether this could be someone that drinks a lot, right? Someone that has got addictions, and possibly also sex addictions, because the hermit could be a doctor, if not a marriage counselor, psychologist as well. So Queen of Cups, very sacrificing and very giving. She is someone that would sacrifice her happiness for the good of the family, let's say. Now, we don't see children here, even though the moon can speak to mother. The mother, Queen of Cups can be the mother on another level. So it will be different for each of you. We've got the birds here, the owls. So things going on during the night time. The owls can also speak to information. Maybe things that were hidden could be coming to light as well. And we see the moon there as well. So look around, and the closer we come to the 18th, 17th, 18th, when the eclipse is going to be playing out, there's something that is culminating and completing, maybe something that started back in March in the Pisces season, after that new moon in Pisces. Yeah. Now it's the larger cycle where we've got the full moon, the lunar eclipse in Pisces. For Libra, this is an amplified new moon, early October, beginning of October. So for Libra, it's very, very interesting, because Libra also is where the eclipses, Libra and Aries, opposite. For Libra, it's very, very important. Lots of fated endings, fated events, getting rid of the toxin, getting rid of the crap, and therefore starting new. And yes, marriage, very positive life events can take place on a solar eclipse. They're very, very powerful. Let's see what's going on for the air signs, please, Spirit. We've got retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. We see a married couple here. We've got trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. And we've got give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. So this does tie into what I was saying as well. On another level, there's the codependency. Now, it was the earth signs that I think had the same card at the bottom of the deck. So this is like the devil. addictions are affecting your romantic life. And the addictions could be any. It could also be a karmic cycle that you've been in again and again, but you've got the opportunity this time to embrace the ending of this hard cycle, this testing time. This is the romance of a lifetime, true love, but there's also deception. Heart-to-heart conversations. Look like this dude is not wanting to be honest and open. He's wearing a mask. The deception is very Piscean. So maybe someone truly loving and the other person wearing a mask. We'll see King of Coins is usually Taurus. Because we've got Capricorn here, this could be Taurus or Capricorn more so. We've also got Virgo. So I would say, dear air signs, check out the Earth reading as well, Earth sign reading, just in case there's information there for you. Let's see where the psyche is concerned and emotionally where you will be in the month of September. What are the owls, which are birds and they can bring messages? We've got the whip, which is conflict, arguments, havoc, trouble. It's like the Five of Wands and it's a number 11. The whip to me also speaks to possible separation and divorce for some people. We'll take more cards here and see what's going on, but let's see where the air signs will be emotionally in the month of September, dear Spirit. Thank you. Guide. There is again the Hermit energy. Stuck. There's the Devil energies. You know, Pluto has gone back from Aquarius back into Capricorn. So, of course, this is very important. Because when Pluto is in Aquarius, of course, he's going to bring big fundamental changes to Aquarius, but he's in good aspect to the other air signs. Now Pluto has gone back to finish off the job from now until 19th, 20th of November. Pluto needs to finish off what needs to be finished off. Look to the area of Capricorn in your own chart if you're familiar with your chart, okay? So it's like needing to go back and look at what is that, what is that last, what's the, like the umbilical cord, just before we give, there's a birth and the child is still connected to that umbilical cord. Something is trying to be birthed for you, because after an embracing of an ending, there's always a new beginning. That umbilical cord, which is the addiction, I would say, needs to be cut, needs to be dealt with, because, of course, that newborn could not live outside of its mother's stomach without its own oxygen. So we cut off the umbilical cord, tie things up, and that's what Virgo is all about. Virgo season is very good for the details. And remember, Virgo also speaks to health, physical health, psychological health, which is Pisces opposite. So you may be looking at the health of your relationship. Can it survive? Can you have a new season? Or, dear air signs, is something very unhealthy for you that you need to cut, sever, and move forward? Many of you are seeking advice. You could be seeking advice from a tarot reader or an astrologer. Remember, this is a general reading. If you're after a personal reading, you can check out the links beneath this video and have a personal reading, which is more on point. Remember, this is for all the air signs and it's general. So you've been stuck. Even the Hermit, which is a 9. Nines speak to endings. You are very close to that ending. What is going to play out though? What comes after the stuck? You are stuck in the mud. You're not able to move forward. Some of you are going through a spiritual awakening. Wow. There is the mask. Unbelievable. Unbelievable how the cards speak, right? The mask is there. The mask, I believe, will come off with this lunar eclipse. Remember, you may not have your clarity right on the eclipse. It could even happen a couple of months down the track, right? We've got reinvention. So this is going back to the past. It is very connected to the past because of the prefix re. Reinvention, right? Going back. Free will, which speaks to being free of a toxic cycle, a toxic situation, a third party, possibly. The free will for me is the Aquarian energy. So some of you may be stuck in this rut all the way up until end of November and then become free from what was keeping you in the Nine of Wands, in the temptation here, and in having gone within, let's say. You're in deep contemplation. So we've got free will. Someone is free and they know that they, you know, Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, but can also find that ingenious way to free themselves, right? Uranus is free thinking, free speech, rebelling, breaking through, breaking out. Let's see. Yeah, breaking out of that solitude, because that's also another hermit, another Virgo card for me. So there's reinvention, and I'm going to say some of you can be, or maybe you've already given us a second chance and a third chance. There is a possibility that some of you are going to leave this codependent relationship and you're going to reinvent your life, because we've got the free will, which can speak to freedom, and then being on your own for a while. That is also a possibility for some of you. And Newt, to me, this card speaks to emptiness, abandoned. Some of you are feeling abandoned, maybe from last fall. Maybe your awakening started last fall. This could be someone that's been ghosting you, right? Someone that's not you're communicating with. And this is Aquarius. They could also be the detective here. Aquarius and Virgo, very similar. As you know, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, Virgo is ruled by Mercury. You know, there's big affiliation between Aquarius and Virgo, I'm going to say. A lot of grief relative to the divine feminine. So the mute can say, I'm just, you know, putting a stop. I'm putting a stop. I'm not going to communicate anymore. I feel empty inside, and you're looking for your answers. I'm going to say here, some of you may have already trusted. You tried to get to the bottom of things. You disconnected from the rest of the world. You trusted. Maybe that trust was broken. The masks have come up twice for you, dear air signs. And just ending off with the moon here. I mean, this could be secret flirtation, right? This could be disloyalty as well. And you do have choices with the bridges. I mean, sometimes with the bridges, I say it's water under the bridge. And we also see the tree, the roots here. There's a deep affiliation with the past, dear air signs. And the past to me is like it's what's meant to be and where you're heading towards, what you're meant to head towards. So whatever is going on, now, we see you ending the month with the Nine of Wands. And I'm going to take some Lavera Sibila to get a bit more information on what's going on. First of all, let's have a look at the moon. Why do we end off with the moon? Some of you may know subconsciously that, and I'm going to say this could also be a secret admirer, someone that is admiring you from afar. There is a possibility of that as well. Let's see. You know, Mercury retrograde may have also brought past loves from, where you can reinvent, right? Reinvent the situation. Maybe some of you may have been stuck in a rut, in an unhealthy, unhappy situation that you could be coming out of. And there could be a past person re-entering your life. Someone from the deep past. Because the moon can also speak to the past and can speak to your close environment, someone connected to your family. We've got the merchant, so someone who does their own business, someone who's thinking very seriously about the future and about certain contracts. We've got alegría, merriment and happiness. This is like someone going out, letting their hair down and celebrating, or maybe also thinking of freeing themselves. There's a message that comes in. The lettera is like a call, it's like a message. You know, the lettera could also be legal contracts, someone serving the other person with divorce papers. Let's take one more. And it's got something to do with someone that's in your periphery, someone where instead of them helping you, they were hindering you. There was distrust. This would be someone that's working on their own behalf, out for their own gains. So I don't like that the domestico has come through here, because the domestico is like someone who would wear a mask. Maybe there's just distrust. Maybe there's just distrust. And you know, the lettera is also the Two of Pentacles. It's like choices and things being up in the air. Let's take one more on that domestico. And we've got the viaggio, someone who's at a physical distance. This could be someone that's a foreigner. We've got the World card there, which is also physical distance, connecting with someone through the internet, possibly. This is like your knight in shining armor coming in, or some of you are also not trusting that someone would be able to accomplish and overcome those stuck energies. That could be the person you're thinking of. Maybe it's you stuck in a situation and there's disbelief that someone's going to take that voyage, and the voyage could be metaphorical or literal. But we see like a knight in shining armor that's coming in. It's the Three of Wands. So possibly when you thought that things are up in the air, let's say things are very elusive and unclear, we've got the full moon here. The moon, which is the eclipse as well. So at some point, the light of the moon is eclipsed out, and then the light comes back. So trust your intuition. Something could be happening very important that will be lit up, that will be shown to you. I could see these two people as competitive as well, two people that are in competition for a certain individual, and I feel that certain individual could be you. Unless you're in competition, right, for the person you love, and you've got an opponent. Let's see. Why do we have the King of Coins? What is he about? We've got news coming in. This is the room where things going on behind the scenes have been happening, and this could speak to a secret love affair or a secret sexual encounter. I'm going to say, because the Donna di Servizio is very Virgoan, so it's helpful energies. It's having the ability to read between the lines, to perfect things, to heal things. There could be news, because this is the Ace of Pentacles, which the King holds. There could be news coming in which is going to help you. The news could be coming from a friend, something that will be quite revealing. Let's take the, we've got healing. Dottore on the temptation, on the addictions, the unhealthy habits, the unhealthy cycles. What else? Yeah, we've got disgrazia. This is like a tower moment that's breaking through those barriers that have kept you stuck. And there's some sort of an awareness here. And remember, we saw the Seven of Swords before. This is the Seven of Swords, which does speak to the thief. There is the Seven of Swords. Underneath that Nine of Cups. I have a feeling here that someone's going to find themselves in a very weak position. They do say don't drink a lot of alcohol and things like that around the eclipse. Something's going to give at that point and reveal a lot, because we've got the Tower and it's not an easy. It's going to feel like a bit of a disaster, a bit of a shock, but that will bring the healing, the doctor, right? Let's look at the contemplation. Recent past. Yeah, we've got the militare, a lot of secrecy, a difficult uphill battle towards that happy moment, towards the bliss. Someone is looking for that because there's been betrayal. It's the Ten of Swords. Yeah, someone's seeking guidance, seeking help in the recent past. There's been a lot of secrecy. Someone's looking for information. What is this Queen of Cups about? She's got consolante sorpresa and jealousía. So maybe in the past there's been a revelation that there is a third party, because we've got the card of jealousy, regrets, and a perception of feeling blocked, being trapped where matters of heart, or what you've given out, what you've offered was not returned, or you're staying for the, I don't know, I keep getting, and with the earth element, it was the same, that there's a sacrifice from the motherly figure, let's say, whoever holds that position. A deep, deep sacrifice, which is Pisces, and the lunar eclipse is going to enlighten. Was that sacrifice worth it? Is the question. Or was it that you were victimized and used and abused? Let's see. What is the Nine of Wands about? We've got the Gran Consolazione, so a major consolation. There's loyalty, there's a dog, there's a friend here, and it's the Nine of Cups. And we've got the Prigione. Just that, little cherry on the cake. Just as everything seems so wonderful with two amazing cards here. The Gran Consolazione. What you've dreamed of, you can create. Or what you've fantasized. Maybe you were living in a dream world. And those rose-colored glasses are coming off. Because the Nine of Swords is like, it's very scary. The Nine of Swords, another nine, another couple of nines. You are truly at the end of a major cycle, dear air signs. Let's take one more on that Prigione, which are the shackles of the devil as well. So like living in a dream world, but seeing the reality here is that some of you need to break away. That someone, because the Prigione is Saturnian. It's reality. It's not the dream. It's not the fantasy. It's needing to see clearly. And then we've got an Ace of Cups, which is a pleasant meeting around a very positive conversation. So this brings me back to this situation is calling for you to have faith. Some of you are going to give up, and others of you are going to fight for this connection, for this relationship, because there may be a little bit more residue here with the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Swords. There's still worry, and the worry could be just that some of you are going to do the same cycle again and again, right? And not be able to get to this Ace of Cups, which the Ace of Cups is also self-love, right? It's self-love, it's forgiveness, it's new beginnings. And we've got the Ace of Wands here. So the Ace of Wands is like a spiritual connection. For some of you, there could be a, how can I say it? Because we see that there is an offer on the table here. This is a spiritual connection. And I do notice the fire. There's a lot of desire. This, we don't know, surely. We don't know because as per Wands and our desire and our passion, right, the Ace of Wands, which Mars does speak to the fire, the desire, and the action that we take, right? Mars is going back. So there can be, how can I say, a waiting or someone needing their time to go back, like Mars is going to go back in Cancer. Mars is not only going to retrograde in Cancer, but also in Leo. So we're going to be looking at true heart. We're going to be looking at the inner child. If someone is willing to take the risk, if there is heart, if there is sensitivity and openness and trust, that will be the test, I feel. And that may play out in the next few months. There is a possibility for an initiation. We've got the Ace of Wands here. Some of you will be given that opportunity. Will you take the risk? Because remember, there's a risk in everything that we do. Or will you prefer to stay in solitude? Will you prefer to stay in your safe zone? That's the question where everyone will answer differently, I believe, here. What's beneath that? And we've got Amore. So Amore, remember, is the love child of Venus and Mars. So we are talking about secret love affairs. Some of you are not going to take the risk. Some of you are going to stay back and not take the risk because you don't know for sure. You're not ready to embrace this ending, this accomplishment, because this can also speak to a new, it could speak to a marriage, right? And, getting to the end of the fool's journey where you had so many, let's say, temptations. Yes, you met the right person in the wrong time. So it's a small part of a bigger picture, my dear friends. Just the fact that we've got the King of Pentacles, who could be someone that is in another connection. This could be someone that is the spouse of another, because we did see competitive energies, we saw jealousy. So everything happens for a reason. The fact that you were in contemplation, you or your person, not communicating, looking for the light, if we see that twice, it means you're going through a spiritual awakening, right? And you're stuck, you don't know what's true and what's not, but your life is going to be reinvented. You're learning that you are free to do whatever you want, right? You are free because you could speak your truth. And some of you are coming out of solitude, out of the darkness, out of, being in the dark, out of hiding, let's say, and speaking your truth. Okay? So a lot to do with courage here, I get. A lot. Let's take some love messages, but before we do that, I want to read the Embrace card, number 21. Achieve, welcome, appreciate, dreams, wholeness, and contentment. When it comes to love, the universe is smiling upon you at this time. Energies are moving and shifting, coming together to give you exactly what you need and want. Your efforts to clarify your heart's desires, to be present in current relationships, and to actively manifest new relationships are now bearing fruit. In this moment, you are in a position to achieve all that you have dreamed of regarding matters of the heart. Your dreams are ready to manifest. Now remember, we don't take reversals in these in this Karma Dharma position, so take it as you will. Allow all of the pieces to gently fall into place. Don't resist, just embrace. Your own personal energies are combining to bring you a new level of being whole and perfect. This will allow your relationships to fall into place beautifully as well. To support this process of integration, work with the concept of having an open and grateful heart. Express appreciation for the many blessings in your life. As you go through your day, be aware of the grace that surrounds you. Grace shows itself in ways both large and small. The larger manifestations of grace may be your family, your health, and your home. However, there are many smaller manifestations of grace that can also be acknowledged. Appreciate the warm sun on your face, the cool breeze blowing through your hair, the lovely flower growing from a crack in a stone wall. By being grateful, you surround yourself with contentment, and through the law of attraction, you will welcome more of the same, including more fulfilling relationships. Look, I do see a lot of change for air signs. The fact is that Uranus in 2025 and 2026 will enter Gemini, so will bring big changes to all their air signs where relationships are concerned. Pluto will also be in Aquarius as per from the end of November this year, and therefore be in good aspect to the air signs to get rid of where you were stuck. If you were stuck with someone that was controlling, it's time for them to go. Right? The fact that we do have big planets entering air, and we've got Jupiter in an air sign. Jupiter is going to retrograde in October and then move forward and give you the gifts that are meant to come for you, because, you know, Jupiter is the planet of abundance, manifestation, truth, wisdom, and justice. So maybe your justice has not come back yet because Jupiter is preparing to retrograde, and therefore be in good aspect to all the air signs. You will receive the blessings. Right now, I feel we're still in the tunnel, right? In the Plutonian metamorphosis, death process, and then rebirth, dear air signs. So be patient with yourself. Understand that times are not easy, and just move forward in faith, right? Before I take the love messages, I want to take one more card on the Nine of Wands. The outcome card. I need a little bit more information on that. Thank you, Spirit. What's that? Oh, a card fell on my lap, and it is the Temperance and Balance. We've got Venus and Vulcan. Interesting. Venus was married to Vulcan, but she had a extramarital affair with Mars. So this is Temperance. It's Archangel Michael saying that healing will come. Be patient. It's all happening in divine timing. The fact that Venus had an affair with Mars, obviously she did not find what she wanted in her commitment, her relationship. That's why the door opened and Mars entered. So this is a very strong love story, I'm going to say here. And remember, Venus and Vulcan, they're on the Nine of Wands, which is, it's a card of endings. It's a number 9. So, as I said, the story will play differently for each of you. I don't think that Venus went back to Vulcan after her love affair with Mars. Do comment. Do let me know if you know anything about that. I'd love to hear from you. The grass wasn't greener on the other side. I wish I could take back the things I said. I can't seem to find the right words to say to you. Maybe we're just too different. My mind and heart always comes back to you. I need more time to figure things out. If I knew then what I know now, I would have made different choices. So there's the remorse and the regret that we spoke about. I know you're right, but I need to come to my own conclusions. Talk about being a little bit stubborn, hey? Yeah. You inspire me, And I know I screwed things up and honestly have no idea how to fix it. So that's what I have for you, my dear air signs. I wish you well. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. As I said, if you're after a personal reading, especially if you're on Patreon, you do get a discount. And if you're after a personal reading and you're not a patron, you can get the link beneath this video. And a special thanks to our patrons. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting, everyone. It really does help the channel. This way we can keep bringing you free YouTube readings. Other than that, I am wishing you well. Love and light as we move through the eclipses. October is going to be a very interesting month, so we'll be back for that. Sending you much love. Talk to you soon. Namaste.